The food was awesome. The happiest guy there was my buddy. His name was Fast Eddie. Why did they call him Fast Eddie? Because he was picking up ladies faster than the speed of light. Even at 88 years old, he still had it. I was a hospice volunteer, and while Fast Eddie was doing his thing, I was carrying the oxygen and pushing the wheelchair. Fast Eddie had 8 days to live, and he was the party. Amazing. Even though he was the one that was using the oxygen, I found him to be a breath of fresh air. Are you a breath of fresh air? Maybe we should be like Eddie and breathe life into our existence. I learned a lot from Fast Eddie. I learned 3 valuable life lessons. Number 1, to be grateful for what you have in this world. 2 years ago, I was homeless, sleeping in an 8x8 floor with a family of 4. We hardly had any room for my son, who was 6 foot 3 inches tall. I had nothing except my family. I was grateful that I was alive and my family was in good health. Doesn't matter if you're rich or if you're poor, all that matters is to be grateful for what you have present. There's people that are worse off than you at this present moment. On my way to work, I was driving in my car while I was waiting for the red light to turn green. On the corner of my eye, I saw some homeless in the parking. They were sleeping on a cardboard box. I said to myself, Joe, it could be worse. The second life lesson I learned from Fast Eddie was to follow your dreams. I came from a small town. I dropped out of high school when I was 17 years old. The unemployment on my town was 23%. I've had 21 jobs in my search for my dream job, which is to become a motivational speaker and make a difference in the world. When my son joined the gang at 13 years old, I decided to move out of a city where mediocre was the norm. I searched on the internet. I found the city. The city? Irvine, California. Never heard of it. But it said it was one of the safest cities in the US. So, first thing was first, to find a job. I found a job. I was excited. But there was one problem. I didn't have nowhere to sleep. I slept in my car a couple times. That didn't work out. I decided to do the next best thing. To drive from Irvine to Oxnard, California on a 6-hour round trip commute. Brilliant idea. I did it for 2 months. While I was complaining on the road, going to work, I had this coworker who shared his amazing life story with me. He had crossed the border from Mexico to the US illegally with his family. They walked 35 miles in 120-degree weather. His wife didn't make the trip. She passed away. I said to myself, Joe, it could be worse. Third life lesson I learned was to love every second of your life. When my daughter was 1.5 years old, she had difficulties walking. After 2 MRIs, they discovered a brain tumor. They inserted 2 shunts, one on her head, one behind her ear. They're like valves. They drain water from your head to your stomach. I'm happy to announce that she's 17 years old right now. She's graduating from high school, and I can't stand her. While I was at Children's Hospital, I noticed there was children there that were very ill, that only had days to live. I said to myself, Joe, it could be worse. After the Newport Beach party, the jazz party with Mr. Fast Daddy, I took him home. On my way home, he whispered something in my ear. He said, hey, Joe, remember that redhead that was sitting right next to you? I said, yeah, what about her? I got her number, and she was only 68 years old. Yes! While some people are complaining about little problems in life, there are other people that are fighting for their lives. It could be worse. Thank you.